Hi, Abdullah here. I'm a full-stack Web3 builder who has worked across both public and private blockchains on an enterprise level. Today, we will be discussing about ICP chain and how it's different than most of the traditional blockchains that are out there. So before we discuss how ICP chain works, we will be discussing about how most of the traditional blockchains out there work. So for example, if you're like working with Ethereum, the smart contracts are on-chain. The logic to make transactions from one person to another is on-chain. However, when it comes to storing data of users, when it comes to the users themselves, their data is still stored on most of the Web 2 solutions that are out there. They are centralized servers in which the data can be hacked, the data can be breached, or it can be sold to governments, etc. So data for users themselves is not secure. The NFTs, for example, the images that are of the NFTs are stored on Web2 servers. Only the metadata, etc. is stored on the smart contract, but the actual images are stored on Web2 solutions. If the servers crash, your NFTs are going to be lost. So that is a very vulnerable thing. Also, the smart contracts on these traditional Web2 solutions cannot be modified. So once you have deployed it, you cannot modify them again. That is good for most of the transactional logic, but when it comes to user data and they are storing the data of users and the products, let's say, want to upgrade, how do they do it? They have to redeploy the smart contract, which is again not very convenient. So they have to deploy the smart contracts again and again, even if one field is going to be changed. Let's say you want to add a new product and you need to add a new field, then you need to redeploy your smart contract. So basically, only a part of your application, let's say 10% is on Web3 and 90% is still on Web. Traditional blockchains that are out there are also very slow and they have very high transactional costs. So it becomes very inconvenient to use such applications. So for example, if you have to like a post which is on a blockchain, you have to pay fees for that, which is a very inconvenient solution. So based upon all these points, based upon this understanding, now I will dive into what is ICP chain and how it's different. So ICP, just like other blockchains, have secure transactional logic from one person to another. They have all those functionalities that are existing on a simple blockchain. However, it comes with more additional features because it's a modern blockchain. It's not based upon the old stacks that are out there, old traditional ways of building a blockchain. It's a new blockchain. That is why it is able to give a lot more features than the traditional blockchains out there. So for example, the first thing is that you want to host an entire application. That is impossible on all the other blockchains. But on ICP, you can host an entire application on ICP. You can host both the front end and the back end as well. So your entire application, your 100% application can be deployed on ICP chain, 100% decentralized secure, which is a very big point. The other thing is that it has a very secure way of logging into the applications, which is called internet identity. That is a very secure and easy to use for users method to log into the applications. You can just tap on your mobile and you can log in on the desktop and it will be very secure. Also, ICP blockchain is very fast because its structure is based upon how RAM works rather than how old storages work. It is able to give you a very fast speed. So the blockchain is actually built on kind of like a architecture of RAMs. So it is able to give you extra fast speed, and due to that it is almost equal to the Web2 speeds that are out there. So if you have deployed a website on ICP, you might not able to tell is it on ICP or is it on Web2 based on how good the speed is. So basically you can build anything on ICP, not just like crypto based applications. You can build your landing page, you can build your own portfolio website, you can build e-com websites, you can build all these things on ICP chain. So which is a very big point. So you will get this decentralized tech. You will get your website which is more secure, but it will be hosted on an ICP chain. Also, another big advantage of ICP is that users are not paying for the gas fees. The developers, the people who build the application are already pre-paying that. So on ICP, you have a reverse gas model. So basically the developers like me or the creators of the application are going to already fill it with gas and they will deploy the application. They will be easily be able to use the application without paying any fees, and all the fees will be managed by the developers. Also, it is very cheap, so it's convenient for the developers to also prepay for such things. So users have not to be prompt for every liking a post, they have to be paying some gas fees. So if you want to see the real life examples of it, you can go to ICP's website and you can see different applications. For example, applications that are like profiling based applications and that are already built on ICP chain. I personally have built a lot of websites that are completely on ICP chain, that are completely secure, that are completely decentralized. So I encourage you to build your websites on ICP chain, not just big websites. You can build your small to medium sized applications on ICP as well, because it will give you extra layer of security because it will be making you independent of the existing web 2 that are out there. So you need to buy subscriptions from Amazon, you need to buy subscription from GoDaddy, Namecheap, etc. On ICP, you will be able to only use ICP. No need to go for like other these things. No need to pay extra for SSL certificates, etc., etc. Just use ICP. It will be very cheap and it will be very convenient. If you have any question in this regard, feel free to ask it in the comment section below. I will try to answer all those questions. Thank you. Have any questions, need consultation, want to develop a project? The best way to do so is head to our website systemlogic.online. Go into the contact section. From there you can see email. You can contact us through email, through phone number, or you can directly book a consultation using our form, which is also on chain Web3 on ICP. And from there you can book a consultation for a project, for a simple query, or for whatever you want. So yeah, it is 100% free. Let's collaborate to create a fully decentralized Web3 future.